Hi book babes, my name is Ainsley Marie and welcome to my library. As you can see at the title of this video, it is a really sad and a really heavy one. My mom passed away February 10th, 2025, and my life has been so different ever since then. I want to make this video to capture her legacy in terms of being a bookworm, because none of my content pages would exist if it wasn't for her. My passion for reading wouldn't exist if it wasn't for her and my dad. Pretty much my mom is an amazing woman, and she is just so full of light and love, and she was so good at welcoming everybody, and if you were near her, you just loved her. You just loved to be with her. My mom was diagnosed with ovarian cancer when I was 16 years old. So a lot of comments I've been getting recently is, wow, you're so strong. Wow, like it's so early for you to be talking about it without crying. And 100%, absolutely. But what a lot of people don't understand is the death of my mom and her dying has been a constant thought on my mind for 7 years. Ever since I was 16 years old. My mom having stage 4 ovarian cancer, her surgeon even said if she had known how bad my mom's cancer was originally, she would have never operated, and she would have said, go home and live these last months with your family. So the fact that my mom was able to fight for 6.5, 7 years is a miracle, and just such a testament to God's power, God's mercy, and God's grace. Because, you know, any other story that I've read or heard about a woman with ovarian cancer is over in a year to 5 years. That's average, that's normal, and that's to be expected. And, you know, hearing that my mom had ovarian cancer, it's hard. So we were told November 2024 that her cancer had spread, it was becoming more aggressive, and there were no treatment options. I mean, every treatment option that was available, it had like a 3 to 15% chance of actually working. And at that point, my mom's body was so exhausted and run down after years and years and years of treatment. She didn't necessarily want to keep fighting, especially whenever the treatment options were going to be so invasive and so aggressive. Quality over quantity is what her motto was. And so she went through a couple rounds of radiation. She came home. She ended up having to get a colostomy bag. And about 2.5 weeks after her colostomy bag, she died. Within those 2.5 weeks, she got an infection in her kidney, and it spread. And because her body was fighting the flu, and was recovering from her radiation treatment, and was also trying to fight the infection, she ended up becoming septic when she was completely normal on Tuesday. I'm not even kidding, guys. She came to my house, we hung out, we dyed noodles for my kids ministry event together, we went to dinner. I said, bye mom, I'll see you later. And the next day she got the infection and went into just nonverbal, not able to really talk to anybody. That was Wednesday. Saturday morning, and the doctor had told us there's nothing more that they can do. She's entered septic, and, you know, take her home. So we took her home Saturday evening, and by Monday evening, she had gone with the Lord. So it's very traumatic for me, personally. So traumatic. And to be 22 years old, it is just such a difficult process. Being a young adult and losing your mom, how I try to explain it to people is I had her for 18 years as my sole provider, as my compass, as my, you know, my director. My dad was there too. I don't mean to just like ignore my dad. My dad was also a very important piece of my childhood and is still a very important piece of my life today. Once you turn 18 and you start adulthood, you're still supposed to call on your mom. I'm filming this a month and a week out from her passing away, but just trying to do life without her, I mean, trying to figure things out, it is so hard. It is so hard to do it. Obviously, grieving a parent is so hard, but being a girl and grieving her mom and being 22, like being a young adult, it is just, a different layer of grief. You know, once my mom passed and it like was public information, a lot of people reached out and made comments of, you know, I've never seen a mother-daughter bond the way that you guys had it. And I 100% agree. I have never met a person who was as close to their mother as I am with mine. She knew every thought that went in my head, every question I had, every doubt I felt, every insecurity that I was fighting through. My mom knew it all, and she was so quick to sit with me in it, or to encourage me through that, or to give me advice, to just laugh with me, to just listen. Like, she was everything. Like, if you think of the perfect mom, I literally had that. I mean, so by the title of this video, it might hopefully clue you in as to why I haven't really been posting that much. I think for me, I love filming. Filming, honestly, is my favorite thing. I have more time to film over the summer, but once this past fall hit and everything with my mom started going really downhill with her health and everything, it was so hard for me to pick up a camera. I was reading for the escape. I wanted to just pick up a book and not think about anything going on, and bringing a camera into that, or be more present during reading than I would have wanted to. So I just decided I'm not going to be doing any more content until things with my mom get a little bit better, and I am very thankful I made that decision. To you guys, they're like 13-20 minute videos, but to me, they're like 4 hours of content. That's a little extreme. But like, it's like hours of content that I've recorded and that I've shrunk down to a couple minutes for you guys to watch. And at the end of the day, filming it and editing it and going through like creating the thumbnail, making the caption, promoting it on social medias, like all that time was time that I wanted to be spending with my mom. And so I'm very thankful that at the end of the day, I can sit here and say that I stepped away from a lot of things and spent those last couple months fully focused on my mom. And I have no regret in the world for doing that. Like, I don't regret it at all. But that is a big reason my mom's health is why I stepped away. I'm not blaming her at all, because I would willingly do it all again tomorrow. But now that things have kind of calmed down, I have so much more time. I don't think people realize how much I spent time with my mom. So now that I'm definitely like extremely lonely, I'm probably going to be filming a lot more videos and editing a lot more, just because I have the time to do it. I have the desire to be doing something. I can't just sit on my floor and weep every single time I get sad about it. So I think it would be really awesome to channel my pain and my energy into something that is creative and just fun for me to do. Honestly, it's such a hobby. But I want to share my mom's reading legacy. I kind of alluded to it at the beginning of how much of a reader she is, and that is so true. She is such a big reader. She actually is the reason I started my Bookstagram page, and I know I have Bookstagram, BookTok, BookTube, but the beginning of my book content on social media was started at Bookstagram. And my mom actually downloaded and created an Instagram account, and as she was scrolling through, I think she selected reading as one of her interests, and so the algorithm was pushing reading content, and she found a lot of Bookstagram users, and she thought the idea was so cool, how they would post a really cool picture, and whenever you scroll in the caption, there's a review there. My mom was like, this is the coolest thing ever. It's like a blog, but on social media. And so she forwarded me a couple accounts. I scrolled through them, and she was very encouraging and like, Ainsley, this is something that looks like you'd love to do. You're very creative, and I'm very good at reviewing books. So she was like, this is like the coolest thing ever. Like, you need to start this. And so I did. One day in my junior year of high school, I was sitting during my library aid. I took a picture of a book stacks for my high school's library Instagram page, and I was like, this is so fun. Like, genuinely, like, taking photos of books is so fun. So Ainsley's Library was born, and that page would never have been created if it wasn't for Mom. And if you scroll down to my earlier post on that page, all of my photos that had me holding books, my mom took all of those photos. So she was so willing to not only be the inspiration behind my Bookstagram account and the reason why I have one, but she was so willing to like help out. It wasn't like, oh, here's a really cool idea, go do it by yourself. No, it was like, I'm gonna help you do these things. And It was so much fun. She did so many amazing things. I did a lot of different like reading vlogs and lifestyle videos with her on my previous page. I had her like pick my TBR for August. I recorded us getting our tattoos together. Even on this channel, any like summer video that I have up, my mom and I are probably reading on the hammock in one of those clips, and because that's what she loved to do, she would hang up the hammock. Well, she wouldn't. My dad would hang up the hammock for her. And she would sit in the hammock with her AirPods in, listening to her audiobook and just like looking at the beach. And that was her favorite thing to do. I joined her a lot. That's probably like my favorite activity in summer, is to just read with my mom either on the beach or on her hammock overlooking the marsh. It genuinely is just such a serene experience, and I think that's definitely going to be an empty spot in my life this coming summer, because that's just what we always did. But she was a big, huge reader. If I read a book and I liked it, I would tell her about it. She would immediately start the audiobook and we would just yap about it. Her favorite series of all time is The Discovery of Witches. If you guys have read it, that's so cool. If you haven't, pick it up. I haven't read them. I think it actually is very sad. I had on my YouTube video like fun videos to make, like, you know, just like a list of creative videos that I should do. One of them was reading my mom's favorite books without her knowing, and so my whole plan for the video was to read the Discovery of Witches trilogy, and at the end of the video be like, oh, but, and like make a comment from the book that like I obviously would only know if I had read them. You know, it was a whole plan. But obviously I wasn't able to make that video. So I think the video that I am going to make is just like reading my mom's favorite books. I'm probably going to make that a series on this channel just to honor her, because she read a lot of books that I wouldn't have read. We have very mixed. We have the same opinions on books, but before we started joining together and started reading the same books, she read books that I've never read, I read books that she never. But she loves The Discovery of Witches so much. She actually has Cora, which is a dragon from the book. She has it tattooed on her arm. So she is obsessed. She loves that series so much. She also loves Harry Potter. She actually told me to read Harry Potter during the winter December time. I want to finish today's video with a montage of my mom and I reading together and just funny moments of us, because she is such a character. I just got to Mom! Oh my gosh!
Okay, I'm sorry.
Are you like okay?
Yeah, I just scared you.
Jeez Louise. Hello!
Hello.
Look, it fits perfectly on this book stand. We just got back from seeing The Hunger Games, Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. Personally, I'm giving this 5 stars, the movie. I gave the book 4 stars, I'm giving the movie 5 stars.
Oh.
What are you gonna rate
I
it?
would agree, 5 stars.
Yeah.
I want to go back.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to go back, and I truly was thinking I don't really want to go. I didn't tell you that. I love some snow.
You're not supposed to be a snow sympathizer, and she's a snow sympathizer.
My problem, I love to listen to it. It's just more exciting, but I fall asleep every now and then. So I have to back it up and listen to it over. So it took me a really long time.
Oh, there was one book that she finished it like 5 times.
I did.
So what were your favorite parts of the book?
Oh, good land.
Do you want me to give mine and then you go? Okay.
It's probably gonna be the same.
I think copier.
There's quite a few bad words in here, we'll say that. These young people nowadays.
Mom, they're my age.
I know. Except for you.
Thanks, Mom. Mom, what's your reading goal of the year?
Put a start on.
Dad, do you have a reading goal for the year? No?
2 books.
Mom, what's your reading goal?
24.
Nice. But thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys subscribe. I'm definitely going to be trying to be honoring my mom's reading and just her bookworm legacy on this channel, while also trying to keep going on my own legacy and creating my own legacy through her light and love and her spark. So definitely subscribe if you're interested to see that. But if you haven't, thank you for just sitting with me and listening to me talk about how awesome my mom is. That is like my favorite thing right now, is to just sit and talk about her. So thank you for joining me and thank you for listening, and I hope to see you guys next week. But bye.